Estoy yendo. Vamos a ser felices los cuatro. Hi y'all. Alright, welcome back. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi canal. Because we're learning Spanish. Today I just really want to do a quick video telling everyone about a book that they should read before 2018 is done. I am not reviewing this book because I've reviewed it before, so actually post a link to that video below. The book is actually The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I'm choosing this book because it is a book that truly has changed and shaped my life and my thinking, and I think as 2018 wraps up, I am so encouraged and so faith-filled and just so in awe and terrified of the plans that I have for 2019. And when I read the opening or the introduction to this book, like just when I went back and I read what I had highlighted, just reading it out loud now still gave me chills, still made me cry because it was so affirming. But I won't say too much. I will read the introduction. For the purpose of everyone wrapping up 2018, it's now December 1st. I just want everyone to hear this message and know and understand that all that you want is within your grasp. Don't be scared. Fear is real. That's one thing that I appreciate from Will Smith. He said there's a difference between fear and danger, right? And I definitely agree. Like, being in danger is one thing when like you are actually in physical harm. Fear is something that I find for a lot of people is disabling, paralyzing, and it just halts so many things from happening. The definition that I have for bravery, and is widely known, is that bravery is not the absence of fear, but moving in spite of fear. So I want all of us to take that with us into 2019. Here we go. We all need to be aware of our personal calling. What is a personal calling? It is the path that God chose for you here on earth. Whenever we do something that fills us with enthusiasm, we are following our legend. However, we don't all have the courage to confront our dream. Why? There are 4 obstacles. First, we are told from childhood onward that everything we want to do is impossible. We grow up with this idea, and as the years accumulate, so too do the layers of prejudice, fear, and guilt. There comes a time when our personal calling is so deeply buried in our soul as to be invisible, but it's still there. If we have the courage to dissent or dream, we are then faced by the second obstacle, love. We know what we want to do, but are afraid of hurting those around us by abandoning everything in order to pursue our dream. We do not realize that love is just a further impetus, not something that will prevent us going forward. We do not realize that those who genuinely wish us well want us to be happy and are prepared to accompany us on that journey. Once we have accepted that love is a stimulus, we come up against the third obstacle, fear of the defeats we will meet on the path. We who fight for our dreams suffer far more when it doesn't work out because we cannot fall back on the old excuse, oh well, I didn't really want it anyway. We do want it, and we know that we have staked everything on it, and that the path of the personal calling is no easier than any other path, except that our whole heart is in this journey. Then, we warriors of light must be prepared to have patience in difficult times and to know that the universe is conspiring in our favor, even though we may not understand how. I ask myself, are defeats necessary? Well, necessary or not, they happen. When we first begin fighting for our dreams, we have no experience and make many mistakes. The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. So, why is it so important to live our personal calling if we are only going to suffer more than other people? Because once we have overcome the defeats, and we always do, we are filled by a greater sense of euphoria and confidence. In the silence of our hearts, we know that we are proving ourselves worthy of the miracle of life. Each day, each hour is part of the good fight. We start to live with enthusiasm and pleasure. Intense, unexpected suffering passes more quickly than suffering that is apparently bearable. The latter goes on for years and, without our noticing, eats away at our soul until one day We're no longer able to free ourselves from the bitterness, and it stays with us for the rest of our lives. Having just entered our dream, having used the power of love to nurture it, and spent many years living with the scar, we suddenly notice that what we always wanted is there, waiting for us, perhaps the very next day. Then comes the fourth obstacle, the fear of realizing the dream for which we fought all of our lives. Oscar Wilde said, "Each man kills the thing he loves," and it's true. The mere possibility of getting what we want fills the soul of the ordinary person with guilt. We look around at all those who have failed to get what they want and feel that we do not deserve to get what we want either. We forget about all the obstacles we overcame, all the suffering we endured, all the things we had to give up in order to get this far. I have known a lot of people who, when their personal calling was within their grasp, went on to commit a series of stupid mistakes and never reached their goal when it was only a step away. This is the most dangerous of the obstacles because it has a kind of saintly aura about it, renouncing joy in conquest. But if you believe yourself worthy of the thing you fought so hard to get, then you become an instrument of God. You help the soul of the world, and you understand why you are here. Paulo Coelho, Rio de Janeiro, November 2002. Translated by Margaret Jewel Costa. I will leave us there. Know that you are worthy of all of your dreams. Know that if you strive, know that the universe is working with you to help you achieve it. It won't be easy, but guess what? Waking up every day and going to a job that you hate is also not easy. So don't be that person. Fight, strive, and as I'm saying this to you all, I'm saying it to myself. Fight and strive, and also know this. You may be in a career that is good, that you are excellent at, that you make an impact in, right? But if it does not fulfill your soul, if it is not what you know you are called to do, then listen, honey, that ain't it. And the other path is harder and scarier. Like I said, I'm terrified. I will be filling y'all in more about that in the new year. But as much as I am terrified, I am also extremely excited. So follow your dreams. And sometimes in this journey of life, you do listen to things where it's just like, oh, that's not a real career, that's a hobby, you can't do that. You can, right? And even if you have buried it, and even if you have tried to abate it, even if you have tried to avoid it and run from it, it is still within you. It is still yours to have. All you have to do is go back and pick it up. Claim it, run with it, and make it yours. You should read this book because, like I said, it was life transforming for me. It will probably be life transforming, validating, or at least cause you to question things for yourself. It is a journey of someone who followed their dreams, the hardships they faced, someone who had a plan. It didn't go the way they intended, but it worked out the way that it was supposed to. Someone who observed the signs and kept the faith and persevered. Someone who is a metaphor for you. Read the book. So that's it, y'all. As always, remember to give time and have the best day of your life on purpose. Bye.
Pretty, witty, girly, worldly, one who likes to party but come home early.